92.7, drgnews.com.
Are you looking for a good night's rest and sweet dreams? Well, Slumberland Furniture in Pierre is where to stop. Slumberland carries quality bedding from Tempur-Pedic, Purple, Stearns & Foster, and Sealy Posturepedic. They have adjustable bed bases with many adjustments so you sleep in the position you like. Sheets and pillows from Slumberland round out your bedding essentials package. So, for sweet dreams and peaceful sleep, be sure to shop Slumberland Furniture on the Truck Bypass in Pierre or visit them online at stores.slumberland.com.
Timeouts again sponsored by Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. Good news for our fans who like to watch us online and on smart TVs. Our live video stream is up and running. We did have an equipment malfunction, unfortunately, something we had no anticipation of, obviously, tonight. So for those who have waited on that and who want to see this game as well as hear it, it is now available on drgnews.com, the River 92.7 page, and on gogovs.live. Patriots out of the timeout will go misdirection as they send everybody to the right side, but the running back, Peyton Sandel, a nice gain back to the left side. He'll cross the, he'll get close to the 20. He's up to the 19. It is a pickup of 5 on what was third down and about 7. It'll be 4th and 3, actually. And another timeout called here, and I'm assuming this is the Governors who have called the Coca-Cola timeout this time. Let's pause for another quick 30-second break, see what the Govs can do when we come back. On Short Time, you're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
Looking for a way to show your community spirit and support our local school? Look no further than the newly redesigned Pierre Governors and Stanley County Buffalo's Spirit Cards from American Bank and Trust. With every purchase, a portion goes directly to the Pierre and Stanley County school districts, helping fund important programs and activities. It's a win-win. You get all the benefits of a great debit card, and our local school district get the support they need. Visit our friendly bankers at 700 East Sioux Avenue today to sign up and make a difference with every swipe. American Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Back at Douglas High, 23 seconds left in the second quarter. The Governors led 13-0 at the end of one with 2 touchdowns. One missed PAT that was blocked, and they're 3 for 3 in their second period possessions as well. Looking to get it back one more time. 2 backers deep, including George Stalley as well as Carson Stoser. Jacob Hervela kicking a low line drive this time, and this one will be short hopped on the second hop. Covered up rather by Carter Shufflebein, not Carson Stoser, on the far side. That's a tough play right there, and Trent Merkwan, very important, I think, for the Govs that they didn't give up a lot of extra yardage when you try to get a touchdown with only 17 seconds left, or try to get at least another score with just 17 ticks to go.
He definitely saved him some yardage there. I'm not sure you want him to do what he did there, but he made the play, so hats off to him.
To the Douglas 41, well, not only you'd give up seconds, but you'd give up yardage as well. So with 17 seconds to go, Lounsbury in an empty backfield, wants to throw. He'll send it out near side. Lincoln Dilgis, you can see his head turn before he completely hauls it in. He would have caught it at the 35-yard line. Maybe heard the footsteps of Jack Coper, a sophomore defensive back. But an incomplete pass. That does stop the clock, though, so no harm, no foul, essentially, for the Governors, if you want to be polite about it. But Dilgis is going to wish he had that one back just the same. Pierce still has a couple of timeouts to use as well. 11 seconds as we get it going again. Quick dump off to Terwilliger on the far side of the field. He'll lower his shoulder, run somebody over, gets close to a first down. Looks like he's past the line to gain. They'll give it to the 30 and a pickup of 11. And the clock stops with a play running out of bounds. Governors really trying to get in a rhythm in the passing game, obviously, and the game script, the way this game has gone has afforded them that opportunity. But I think as you get, this is just another thing getting closer to the postseason.
Try a field goal.
With 5 seconds to go. Actually, there was a lot more time ran off the clock than I thought there was. This is going to be a significant kick, a 47-yard attempt from Carter Templeton. High snap, it's down. This one's not quite going to make it. It would have been wide right anyway. A good effort, but the last 5 seconds of the first half will tick away. And on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, the Governors doing just fine as they lead the Douglas Patriots by the score of 34-0. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Use their budget plan and keep full service to stay warm all winter long with Gales Gas Service in Pierre. It is halftime. Halftime in our Governor and River 92.7 broadcast, brought to you by Wealth Partners, Ameriprise Financial in the Capitol Creek Center Plaza on East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. 34-0 your score. The Governors on top. We're back in 3 minutes to talk about it. This is Pierre Governor Football on your official home of the Govs, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Wi-Fi included as part of your service. Experience no-lag gaming, your favorite music, web surfing, HD video streaming, and connect to the latest smart devices. If you're ready for an upgrade, call or visit Venture Communications online.
Allied Plumbing and Heating is your contact for business, farm, commercial, and residential plumbing needs located in Pierre. No job is too big or small for Allied. Put our over 50 years of experience to work for you. At Allied Plumbing and Heating, the only surprise we want for our customers is how fast they get the job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service, no hidden charges. Give them a call today at Allied Plumbing and Heating. Remember, you can rely on your allies.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor, and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies, such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part. Earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Protect what matters most with the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, American Family Insurance. Our personalized insurance solutions ensure you're covered, no matter what life throws your way. From home and auto to farm, commercial, and life, we tailor policies to fit your unique needs. With our dedicated team and exceptional service, you'll have peace of mind knowing you're in good hands. Contact the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC.
Best of luck in today's competition to the Potter County Battlers from Black Sheep Agronomy, your local agronomy experts. Black Sheep Agronomy wants you to have a successful farm plan and is focused on products and practices that work in this region. As community members themselves, Tyler, Tice, and Austin support area students who work hard in their school and extracurricular activities. Good luck, Battlers from Black Sheep Agronomy. Call 842-6104 for all your agronomy needs.
Stay in a beautiful Black Hills vacation home, the Summit on Dancing Sky near Leeds, South Dakota, in the popular Powder House Pass development. It's a modern rustic design with over 5,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, and 5 baths for you to enjoy. You'll get gorgeous views of the Terry Peak Mountain Range. There's a community pool to enjoy, and you're close to all the attractions like Deadwood, Sturgis, Spearfish, and a whole lot more. The Summit on Dancing Sky. Visit them at dancingsky.com.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
With our new online loan application, you can go to our website and apply for a loan when it's most convenient for you. We make getting loan approval fast and easy. Our local lenders are available to assist you if you have any questions. We make it pain-free to get that loan you've been wanting. We're an equal housing lender. Oahe Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union since 1955. Federally insured by NCUA.
Harvest is in full swing, and Grossenberg Implement has the integrated solution staff to help you. Don't trust just anyone with your data. Give their staff at any of their 9 locations a call to review your harvest data through John Deere Operations Center. Many changes have been made to this useful tool, and their staff is trained to get you through it. Grossenberg Implement, where service is the other half of a great product.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Todd Sandel today, and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
At Ringneck Energy, their mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
Titan Machinery is actively hiring service technicians to our Case IH team in Highmore, Miller, and Pierre. Whether you are an experienced technician or looking to start your career, Titan has a spot for you. Earn a competitive pay with the potential to make upwards of 6 figures. Titan Machinery offers company HSA and 401k contributions, free single health care, and a generous tool allowance. For more information, log into titanmachinery.com/careers or contact Titan Machinery, your Case IH dealer, at 701-356-0130.
The Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Rapid City supports all South Dakota student athletes and their families. They are conveniently located off Interstate 90, close to downtown and minutes from the beautiful Black Hills. The Ramkota offers sports and family-friendly rates. Guests can relax for free in the indoor water park. They have 36,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space, and the award-winning Minerva's Restaurant and Bar is located on site. Best Western Ramkota welcomes everyone to beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Dano's Marine in Fort Pierre is your one-stop shop for all things boats and watercraft. They are your local Vexus and Alumacraft boat dealer, some of the best boats on the water. Dano's also offers a full line of services to maintain your boat out of the water so you can enjoy more time on the water. Mercury and Everroot Motors. Stop in today to visit about your next watercraft. Dano's Marine, proud sponsor of Pierre and Fort Pierre athletics and events.
Wow, Bill, you're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses, and quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy. Exceptional care.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
DRG Media Group Sports is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Kenols wants to run again, and he's got room. 40, 30, foot race to the 10, 5, and a touchdown. Pierre will come back and set up Avery Kaiser on the outside left through the block, and that's down.
The official voice of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7, and also at the River 92.7 page of the DRG News app, brought to you by Golden Buffalo and DRGnews.com.
Briggs Trucking and Construction in Fort Pierre provides quality freight transportation services, cargo hauling, excavation, and demolition services. They also specialize in dirt and gravel work for everything from commercial work to new construction. Briggs Trucking and Construction will haul everything from light poles to farm and agricultural supplies. The bigger the job or the bigger the load, the better, as that is where their expertise really shines. Contact Briggs Trucking and Construction at 605-280-2848 or email them at cbriggs25@pi.midco.net to visit about your next project.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
Scott Darnell with Lee Real Estate in Pierre is ready to help you find your dream home. There are 10 things you need to do to buy or sell your home. Number 1, call him at 605-220-2676, and he'll handle the other 9. As your resident realtor on a bike, he will make buying or selling your home feel like a walk in the park, not an Ironman triathlon. Find him on Facebook or email Scott at LeeRealEstatePierre.com. Lee Real Estate and Scott are proud sponsors of Central South Dakota Youth Sports and Events broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Dimmick Cheese has been making handmade artisan cheese for over 90 years and has over 25 flavors of cheese. Stop by the store for sampling of all the cheeses. The store also offers several South Dakota-made products. And at the store, find Remedy Brewing on tap. Dimmick Cheese offers gift boxes, and fundraisers are available. To find out more, go to the website, dimmickdairy.com, or call 605-928-3833. And don't forget to check your local grocery store for their premium cheeses and cheese spreads. Dimmick Cheese.
Dakota Pro Air is a locally family-owned business that has been taking care of farmers' aerial needs since 2020. With locations in Letcher and Miller, Dakota Pro Air is able to provide service to a large area. Ground conditions too wet, or just don't want those sprayer tracks in your field? Give Dakota Pro Air a call for all your chemical and fertilizer application needs at 605-248-2314.
Olson Plumbing in Pierre provides complete plumbing and drain cleaning services to commercial and residential customers. Olson Plumbing understands how the simple things in life are often the things we can't live without, and running water is the top of the list. Olson Plumbing offers 24/7 emergency services, and they can be at your location in under an hour in most cases. If you need help with your plumbing system, call Olson Plumbing 605-224-6436.
You asked for it. Nonstop flights between Pierre and Minneapolis. Now you can book nonstop flights from Pierre to Minneapolis and Denver on Denver Air Connection. 1-hour flights on 50-passenger jets with fares starting at just $119 one way. Seats are limited and restrictions apply. Business, pleasure, a game, a winter getaway. It's easy when you fly from Pierre. Visit DenverAirConnection.com/Expedia to book your trip today. Skip the drive. Fly from Pierre Regional Airport. Minneapolis flights begin November 30th.
At Jan Bussey Ford & Highmore, they've been building partnerships for life by treating customers right, offering a low-pressure sales process, no haggling over price, passing low overhead savings on, and providing a Ford-certified service department fixing it right the very first time. If you're looking for a new Ford, a quality pre-owned vehicle, a new or used ATV, or a trailer, stop by Jan Bussey Ford & Highmore and experience the difference.
Jan Bussey Ford, building partnerships for life.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Being local means more than being just another small-town business. It means showing up for our member owners when they need us, supporting the organizations that empower the next generation of community leaders and agriculturalists, and providing resources to help ensure the communities we live in are here for generations to come. At AgTegra Cooperative, local isn't just about where our locations are. It's about serving our farmers, our employees, and our communities in ways that nobody else will.
Hey, Josie. Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
32-6. That's what we've got for scores. Here we go to the second half. A right-to-left kickoff brought to you by Comtech in Pierre from Carter Templeton and the Pierre Governors, and Douglas coming up the middle of the field. And boy, they're blow the whistle dead here, but the Patriots are still moving forward progress. They stopped them at the 35-yard line. That's where the Patriots are going to start. And Trent Merkwan, I think the first impression of this second half, it just seems like, the Governors weren't aggressive enough to get a guy to fall to the turf here.
Yeah, I'm glad they blew the whistle there, though, because otherwise you get someone just absolutely running at somebody in that pile and taking out some knees, and someone ends up getting hurt. So good whistle by the referee.
All right, second half is underway, and they are stopping the clock. Now, the clock has been running, I notice, and the mercy rule is not in effect. It is 34-0 as opposed to 35-0. Alex Heyman, our referee, will reset the clock. And now we're only going to run about probably 15 seconds off. So once again, mercy rule in effect if it's 35 plus. And they do call 11:45 on the clock. 34-0 Governors, 4 touchdown passes in the first half for Caleb Lounsbury to 4 different receivers. And a 2-yard touchdown run for Kia Ducheneau, the reserve running back role as well. Connor Wright, the quarterback for Douglas. They'll come on a jet sweep, and they want to throw the football on the option pass, and it's caught out near the 50-yard line. Throwing the football is Kason Tibbetts, and catching it is Kadem Wanzek, who has been a target a number of times tonight. This is a 15-yard pass, and the first down picked up by the Patriots tonight, as Tibbetts hooks up with Wanzek. So Douglas has it. They've been at midfield once already tonight. That was after turning the Governors over on the first drive of the night for Pierre. A Carter Merrill fumble had Douglas in Pierre territory at the 49-yard line. They advanced 9 yards from there, but could go no further.
Just about doubled their total offensive output for the first half.
Well, they had 28 in the first half. They get almost half of that here, it looks like, with 15, or a little more than half. But now they've got a false start penalty. That'll back them back up to their own 45-yard line. And again, there is athletic ability always out here at Douglas, but the consistencies of it and how difficult can it be? I mean, we can only imagine when it's just the nature of the beast. The military and the situations, the family situations. There's just a lot of turnover from year to year, and a lot of athletes stick around, but sometimes you lose some of your best athletes, and again, continuity is a very difficult thing. I do remember a time, though, when Douglas won an 11A football championship, actually, back in the 90s, beating Brandon Valley. Here's a pass over the middle. Pass is tipped up in the middle, in the air. Looking for Wanzek is Connor Wright. Trevor Rounds was there to impede that possibility. Sutton Sonnenschein had an opportunity as well. Incomplete pass. It's second down and 15 at the Douglas 45-yard line. Hard to think of a day when Douglas and Brandon Valley were 11A teams, Class A, but there was a time. There was a time when Harrisburg was 11B, Here with 11:15 to go, we're still in the first minute. Governors Rounds almost came a little too quickly, but the quarterback, actually that snap a little bit later than his clap and asked for it, but a Kason Tibbetts run will advance him from the 45 up to the 47. First run of the night for Tibbetts. And we'll see if Douglas tries to do anything different, but a passing situation here once again. Left to right, and the flag is still stretched out to our left. A northerly breeze that cuts right across the field pretty much. In Douglas's case, it's from their left to right. 34-0 Governors. Douglas fills the line of scrimmage with motion, but they bunched it up here with wings all packed in, and an illegal formation is going to happen here. They'll throw the pass out far side anyway, looking for Tibbetts. It falls incomplete inside the 30-yard line, and you could just sense some trouble there when they were switching their formations up a little bit. Flags were thrown on both ends of the line of scrimmage. And an illegal formation penalty is going to be called, but the Governors will decline that to bring up a 4th down and 13 situation. So 1 first down picked up, the first of the night for the Patriots. Once again, Douglas, as you now are able to watch this game with our live video stream up and going, are in camouflage jerseys tonight. It is Military Appreciation Night in addition to their senior and parent night here at Douglas High. Punt coming from left to right. Jacob Herveluk, busy man tonight. Cutter Shufflebein back deep, high snap, hauled in, and it's a short kick. There were 3 Governors there, including E.J. Bucci, who already has blocked 1 tonight. Herveluk does a good job getting rid of this one, and it'll fall dead at the 37-yard line of the Governors. So Pierre with a 34-0 lead. And we'll see who's coming out. It looks like we will see several starters. We see George Staley out there, who will play at a wideout spot. Kia Ducheneau, who scored a touchdown in the end of the first half, will start the second half. Pierre has it 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
I think we got Jaron Deal out there too.
Jaron Deal, number 4, is the 4 out there instead of George Staley. So Jaron Deal, a freshman. Porter Hunsley, who's been a backup quarterback, freshman this year, is injured and not in action tonight. So Deal takes his first snap, and it's Kia Ducheneau slicing through the line, slicing through a number of defenders up ahead of the 40-yard line. He'll be brought down to the 43. Aiden Slankauskas in on the stop. 21, Joshua Smith also in there, just across the 42 to pick up 5. And we'll get to see Kia Ducheneau, I think, maybe as a featured tailback here in the second half.
And, you know, that was an excellent job by Ducheneau, just pumping those legs and keeping them moving and carrying that pile an extra 3 yards.
Kia goes 5'9" and 160. He looks a lot bigger, I think, certainly in pads than 160. Wide outs on both sides. Governors will keep it on the ground. Actually, a false start penalty here. And again, Jaron Deal in at quarterback. The Governors not using E.J. Bucci as they did last week against Spearfish. Deal, from what we've seen, certainly, of course, folks who have seen the JVs and maybe the freshman team play, they know this young man can throw a pretty nice football. Trent, you've seen him, obviously. You know the mechanics as well. It'll be interesting to see if he puts the ball in the air.
Oh, he definitely will put it in the air. That's just Steve Still's way. And they'll throw the ball here and there. They're not going to run it up, but they're definitely going to throw the ball, and he's very capable of throwing the ball. That freshman team was undefeated there this year without Porter Hunsley on the team, and Jaron is, you know, he's a little undersized right now, but you give him another year and that size is going to come.
This is a quarterback keeper up the middle across the 40-yard line. He'll reach the 43 and then get pushed back. So the Govs gained 5 with Ducheneau, lost it on a penalty, gets 6 back, and it'll be 3rd down and 4. Jaron Deal. And again, whatever the quarterback situation becomes, whether it's Hunsley, whether it's Deal. Of course, Lounsbury still has another year to go. Can't say enough about how bright the future is for Pierre. Obviously a bright past already. So here it goes, 3rd down and 4. And again, we'll try to keep names and numbers going, but Ducheneau breaks through first contact. Second effort will get him about a half a yard. With 8:20 to go. And Slankauskas in on the stop once again, an active D lineman for the Douglas Patriots. Pierre is going to swap personnel here. First drive of the second half will come up empty, a 3 and out. And again, mostly junior varsity squad out there. They will punt. Let's give a yard to the 44 for Ducheneau on that play. And Douglas will send one man deep, standing at his 15-yard line. And this is a different punter in here as well. McCoy Carey, saw him punting in pregame. And this one will hop at about the 22-yard line, bounce to the right, and the Governors will down it at the 20. So McCoy Carey gets first punt of the season in there in a varsity role. And the Douglas Patriots will come out and have it 1st and 10 at around the 20-yard line. 7:37 to play, 34-0. All Governors here this evening. Reset the spot of the ball. It is down at the 22-yard line. Football tonight, we've got back-to-back nights. Well, a night and an afternoon of volleyball coming up. Governor Volleyball has their home finale tomorrow when they host the O'Gorman Knights. We're on the air at 6:30 with a call on that one. 7 o'clock first serve at Riggs High Gym. And the Governors go to Aberdeen to play the Central Golden Eagles at 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon. Handoff going left to right to left rather, for Kason Tibbetts from the 22. He'll pick up a yard, and the Governors will swarm him to the 23. And it'll be 2nd down and 9. We might have to pull out the binoculars here and see a better look at some numbers. Governor defense still seems to be more starter heavy. Max Hunsley in on the stop. You see the linebackers out there still.
You know, Patrick LaRock. Yeah, he was in on that.
LaRock has been in on a lot of plays throughout the season too. Baxter Shrimp still out there on the line. You see Hunsley, Trevor Rounds. Meanwhile, Connor Wright still in at quarterback. He's got twins in the backfield. He wants to throw. Pass is, I think, short-hopped, but no, it looks like it might be caught. And this one will make to the 31, number 81, Tegan Carter. The receiver, Wright delivered it, and he threw it to where only Tegan Carter could haul it in, an 11-yard pickup here for the Patriots. So 1st and 10 from the 34, clock running, 6.5 to go, third quarter. Governors came up empty on their first drive of the second half, only the second time they've been stopped defensively by the Patriots tonight. Up the middle, Peyton Sandel, I believe, up across the 35, although they've been running Kason Tibbetts of late. This is Sandel, and ahead of steam. Gets him to the 37 to pick up 3. So under 6 minutes to go. 2nd down and 7. Ball on the far hash mark. Douglas moving from left to right. Pistol snap, and they'll throw short left side on play action across the 40. The ball is caught. Far side of the field, and this is Tibbetts. Tibbetts, one of the better all-around athletes on this squad. They'll get to the 41, so let's give them 4. And Douglas trying to get into a little bit of a rhythm as well. 3rd down and 3 with 5:10 to go. Douglas still trying to make plays here. As play action on 3rd down. Pass up over the middle is caught at the Pierre 40-yard line. To the 20, 10-5 touchdown, Kason Tibbetts. Over the middle and a beautiful pass thrown, and this turns into a 59-yard touchdown pass from Connor Wright to Kason Tibbetts, and Douglas is on the board with 4:41 left. A 59-yard touchdown pass for the Patriots, and that's against most of the Governor starting defensive front. The kick by Hervela is up and through, and with 4:41 to play, it is now 34-7. Governor still. Douglas will kick when we come back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
morning, chum. I can't find a way to get my whole group to one spot without taking all these cars. You haven't heard of Denwall Transportation? They have luxury seating buses with air conditioning, outlets to charge your phone, and other must-haves for traveling. Whoa, no way! Yeah, you should check them out. Where can I find them? You can follow them on Facebook or denwalltransportation.com, or hey, let's give them a call at 605-532-3836. Denwall Transportation, let us do the driving.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Back at it for a Douglas kickoff as they go short. Little pooch, but it's taken by the Governors and Jet Brewer, who gets in there at the 32-yard line, and the Governors will have it from there. And now Pierre probably going to have to try to find a way to respond here a little bit. 4:36 to go, third quarter. 59-yard touchdown pass from Connor Wright to Kason Tibbetts. And the kick by Jacob Hervela, good to make it 34-7.
You know, and with Douglas scoring right there, that's going to open up the Pierre offense. We're going to see him throw the ball a little here now too, with it being 34-7. We've got to get those 7 points back. That'll be fun to watch.
So Jaron Deal, as he tries to pitch out, but a false start here on the Governors. And I'll tell you what, right now it's up to these guys to still play the fundamental way they're supposed to play and not do anything to help the cause of the opponent. And as they'll get marched back to the 28-yard line.
You know, and we're going to see some of those types of penalties with these young kids. They've only been with the varsity. The ninth graders have only been with the varsity this week. And I'm not even sure they've been with them all week. And so we're going to see some false starts and illegal motions and not enough people on the line of scrimmage. So that doesn't surprise me.
Well, for those of us who are on the web, we understand we've lost our radio communication, but I think we're still on the web. Here is Deal trying to keep it alive, but inside the 20-yard line, he'll get hit and dropped at the 18.
You know, and he didn't have much time to throw the ball there. I didn't see anybody open, which caused him to hold on to the ball a little longer than he wanted to. He was trying to go to the right side, and there just wasn't anybody open. He held on to it, and maybe he should have tried to get rid of it, but he's a freshman, and he's learning.
So quarterback sacked as a loss of 10 on the play. It'll be second down and 24. Deal in an empty backfield, looks to throw here. He's hit as he throws, but the pass is caught out ahead of the 30-yard line. And 34 in on the catch this time, Logan Whitty, 155-pound sophomore.
And hats off to Jaron there. He took quite a shot with a 265 lineman landing on top of him. I'm surprised it didn't knock the wind out of him. He did get up slowly, and he's coming back to the line of scrimmage. But welcome to AA football, Jaron.
16-yard gain, though, from Deal to Logan Whitty. Far hash mark. It's still 3rd and 8, though. And still empty backfield, 2 wideouts both ways. Deal looking left. He'll throw near side. He's got his man. Pass is caught. Flag is thrown, but a first down for the time being as George Rapp catches his first pass of the night. A pass back in the middle of the field.
You got 2 cousins connecting there. You got a Rapp to a Deal with 2 first cousins. Got a flag on the field. I'm not sure what we got going on, but some type of procedure against us again, against the Governors, which is not, once again, when you got, you know, kids that have been only practicing for 4 days with you, that's going to happen.
So the freshman football season complete, but here a penalty to mark the Governors back inside the 25 back to the 24-yard line, so presumably a holding penalty. Their 6th penalty marked against them. We're under 3 minutes to go, third quarter, 34-7. Rapp steps up in the pocket, delivers, the pass is caught. This might be Whitty again, up the far side, 40 to the 45. A beautiful play here. And Logan Whitty will move the chains as they'll spot him up to the 46. That's 22 yards. And what you see there from Jaron Deal, he steps up in the pocket and just throws a beautiful ball.
You got to be proud of that moment. If you're Jaron Deal, you know, put the ball in the money, stepped up in the pocket, did everything right, completed a pass, hit a guy in stride, first down.
So again, folks watching on the web, we're glad we have you. We've lost our radio contact. We've got technical difficulties back in our studio, but fortunate to be alive at GoGovs.live for the time being. Here's Kia Duchino running the football up the middle of the field. Only going to get a yard as Douglas does a nice job once again in converging, and we've talked about Douglas's ability to stuff the run tonight. That has been, for the most part, somewhat of a constant. Duchino here just for a yard. And as the clock runs to the 2:15 mark, Deal will check the signals. Who's calling the, I mean, obviously Steele's calling the plays here, but is somebody else relaying it where the freshmen can kind of receive the way they're used to playing their own freshman games?
I'd be surprised if Steve Steele's not calling the game.
Deal's going to keep it himself. I'm just wondering now if the signals are the same from the varsity games versus the freshman games, and have the freshmen kind of adapted and understood the way that Steele and
Steele's
those guys call the plays.
He's not afraid to throw people to the fire. I mean, he's developing a program. He's looking to the future right now. He's got freshmen on the team, and he's got freshmen on the sideline that weren't with him through most of the season, and that's how the Governors become who they are.
So a 3-yard gain for Jaron Deal. Under a minute 20 to go, and Deal, well, there you go. Able to run the freeze play and draw encroachment penalties. That one will put the Governors into Douglas territory at the 45-yard line. And it'll be 3rd down and 1. And the playbook opens up even more right now. Still 4 wide, still empty backfield. As Jaron Deal calls the signals, he surveys the situation. Now he looks at the wristband just to verify the play call. Governors chewing as much time as they can, even here at the tail end of the third quarter, leading 34-7. He takes the snap, will come left side. It's a quarterback keeper all the way. He cut up the hash mark and then all of a sudden gets pushed back. And a good stop. I think Josh Smith in there among others for Douglas, but it will be a first down gainer to the 43-yard line. Pick up 2, that's all they needed. As we've got things back and going on River 92.7 once again. We can still be your official voice of Governor football. We've had technical difficulties on both ends here tonight, but the bottom line is the Governors still lead big, 34-7. Nice 59-yard pass, though, if you missed it. If you're just rejoining us on the airwaves, Douglas completed a 59-yard touchdown pass. Now a botched handoff exchange, and Duchino just lost a handle of it, and then he kicked it forward, and falling on it are the Douglas Patriots. Number 60, Paul Klein, had it come right to him. This will be the second turnover of the night, second fumble lost. And Douglas will take over. And now, tell you what, a defensive stop of the Governors to start the second half. A 59-yard touchdown pass for the Patriots. And another defensive stop, and suddenly with 19 seconds left in the third quarter, you might say the Patriots have a little momentum going here. Starting in their own 42-yard line, Connor Wright wants to throw, has to flush out though. He rolls to his left, throws against his body, and the pass is caught in Pierre territory inside the 35-yard line. Who catches that pass? It looks like Kadem Wanzik, number 11 again, and another big play. With 10 seconds left to the Pierre 33, Douglas, well, I'm going to assume, may let the clock run out on the third quarter, but that's a 35-yard gain.
You know, what an excellent catch. I mean, the coverage was good. Stosher was right over top of him, and he just went up and got the ball, and hats off to him. You know, they were maybe due for some of those types of plays after the first half that they had.
Third quarter comes to an end. The Govs led 34-zip at halftime. Douglas, the only team to score in the third. And on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, we'll go to quarter number 4. It's Pierre 34 and the Douglas Patriots 7. Your scoreboard sponsored by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. We'll pause for 30 seconds. It is the fourth quarter coming up. Final game of the regular season right here. Pierre Governor football and your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
2023 Lincoln Navigator at Capital City Ford in Lincoln. Every time you approach your Lincoln, you'll receive a re-carpet welcome. Twin turbocharged 3.5 V6 engine with auto start-stop technology. You'll travel confidently with technology that meets all your needs. Now you can get the 2023 Navigator for 5.9% at 72 months. Stop in to see the full vehicle lineup at Capital City Ford in Lincoln. Capital City Ford in Pierre, South Dakota.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Pierre. Leave sooner, drive slower, live longer.
Welcome back to Dave Brody Field. We're at Douglas High School. The Patriots in Governor territory again, looking to make more plays through the air. Right throws, but he overshoots, and he had heat coming from Max Hunsley. The pass over the top of the intended receiver, Brody Slankoskis, inside the 20-yard line. This will be a 2nd and 10 coming for the Patriots. You know, Trent, it's the final game of the year for the Patriots, no matter what happens in this game. But we talked about maybe their keys to success. Just come out and make as many plays as you can, and they've got to be feeling pretty good about what they've been able to accomplish so far here in the second half.
Yeah, you know, we're not playing all of our starters, but we're definitely trying to come after them. And on the outside, you know, we're being a little lax, and but they are definitely going after us and making some plays and trying to throw the ball downfield.
Right again, near side, as this one is overthrown. Number 16, Caden Walters, the intended receiver. And we do have a flag thrown on the sideline. A flag rests at the 14. This might be pass interference. Everybody is shuffling upfield here.
You know, if it is pass interference, that's a tough call. But you know, sometimes they just go against you. And I thought I guess we'll see if it's pass interference first.
Well, even a little bump, I think, given where that was. Now that would move it. Maybe that wasn't the case. 15 yards would move it to the 18-yard line. Well, and that's exactly where they're headed. So the penalty will put the Patriots in the red zone, and that'll give them a first down. They didn't have any first downs in the first half. They picked up 4 now, including 2 on this drive here in the second half. We've only run 10 seconds here into the fourth quarter. 34-7. Patriots are looking for more. They'll hand off here. And this may be Tibbetts. And the Governors will push him back. In fact, a loss of 2 is going to be spotted at the 20-yard line.
You know, when Baxter shed his guy and made a great play on that to get into the backfield.
New player coming in. Well, it might have been Connor Wright. I was saying number 8, but assume it to be number 6, bringing the play back in. 2nd and 12 from the 20-yard line. The Governors trying to preserve what it is right now at 34-7. Low snap, fake it to Sandel. This is an end around coming to the near side, and it's Tibbetts again inside the 15, down to the 10, and this is close to another Patriot first down.
You know, and the Patriots have really opened up their playbook. We have a reverse. We had a a halfback pass, I do believe, and so, you know, they're throwing a little trickery in, and it seems to be working.
They'll pull out all the stops. I was just going to say that as you started that. So we've got a 3rd and 1 situation now from the 9-yard line. Talon Carter, who's made a nice catch earlier this second half, goes out wide to the right, 2 wide to the short side of the field, which is the left and our near side. Ball on the near hash mark. Keep it on the ground. Tibbetts looking for another surge. Pushing him back are the Governors. Schremp is in there again. Lincoln Schoenhardt also. And there is no gain on this play, so it'll be 4th down and 1 coming up for the Douglas Patriots. Tibbetts has carried 5 times now here in the second half. Had 1 for 11 yards, but other than that, a total of just 12 for Kason Tibbetts. Time to go for it for Douglas here. 9:45 clock running, quarter number 4. 34-7, Governors. Ball on the near hash mark. Here the Pierre coaches hollering, watch for the slants, but it'll be a timeout called by the Patriots. Timeouts in our broadcast, sponsored by Coca-Cola Bottling. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. This is a Coke break as the Govs lead by 27. We're back in 30 seconds with more Pierre Governor football.
Now's your chance for a great deal on smoking fast fiber internet from Venture Communications. Upgrade to the speed you need, up to 1 gig. And with whole home Wi-Fi included as part of your service, experience no-lag gaming, your favorite music, web surfing, HD video streaming, and connect to the latest smart devices. If you're ready for an upgrade, call or visit Venture Communications online.
Allied Plumbing and
Back
Heating.
to the Oahe Federal Credit Union press box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
On the air tonight, by the way, Minnesota Vikings are playing Thursday night football out at L.A. They're taking on the Rams. Maybe when Governor football is over, you can tune over to 94.5 or 100.5 FM, Vikings and Rams on KPLO-FM. Meanwhile, 4th and 1, big play for the Patriots. They'll just go inside handoff. They try to seal the edge. This is a first down gain for Kason Tibbetts inside the 10-yard line. And they get it down to the 5 and a fresh set of downs. First down, goal to go for Douglas, who has 1 touchdown already here in the second half. And they're looking for more. 34-7. Obviously, the Governors are still in control of this game. We are in the 4th quarter, but a lot of folks maybe thought the clock would be running continually here in the second half. That hasn't been the case. First and goal from the 5. From the pistol, Twins in the backfield, but whistles are blowing, and a false start ruled by the far side official here. Maybe the wideout flinching a bit. So this is a case where Douglas and Coach Steve Steele alluded to this, Trent, in our pregame conversation. But a lot of times, Douglas can make plays. It's all about consistency, but they might get a good play. But then in this case, just kind of an unforced error that moves them back 5 yards and just makes things a little bit more difficult. Granted, it's still first and goal. It's 10 from the 10-yard line, but instead of otherwise would be 1st and 15 in this case. But some of the things that just need to be cleaned up a little bit. Of course, a lot of teams make the same mistakes regardless of record. Throwing is right. Back to the 5-yard line they'll go. Pass is caught by Wanzek, who's playing a nice second half. Governors were tight in coverage. Sonnenschein is right there. But Wanzek has it on 1st and goal. 5 yards, it'll be 2nd and goal at the 5.
And you're starting to see Steve Steele put some of his starters back in. E.J. Bucci came in for the goal line series, and I think you're going to see more of them if they score here.
I would imagine so. 8.5 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. course, we'll talk about all things regarding this game with the coach coming up in the post game a little bit later on. They want Sandel. He cuts back up the middle of the field, inside the 5. The bigger offensive line pushing and pushing, but the Governors will stop forward progress at the 1-yard line. Douglas has a huge offensive line, as we talked about, 290, 305, 255, and the interior 3. Boy, it looked like they just about got Sandel in for 6, but he's down to the 1-yard line, a gain of 4, and it'll be 3rd down and 1. 3rd and goal from the 1. Douglas looking for just one more here. 7:40 to go, 4th quarter. Sandel the single setback. And upcoming under center now is Connor Wright, but he loses the football, and coming out of there with it. Did he lose it, or was that just a gimmick play of some kind? It didn't work, whatever it was. Somebody with the pink undershirt, probably 54. I saw 64 instead of 54 earlier once. It was Sylvan Kent. I think that ball might have been fumbled because Wright just got pushed completely away from the play. Connor Wright did.
Well, it looked like he handed it to his guard, but I highly doubt that was the play.
No, that's, I don't know, hard to envision the way that turned out, but as it is, from the 1-yard line, the Patriots are pushed back to the 7, and now they've got it 4th and goal from there. They've called a timeout. Let's take a quick one with them. 30-second break. This is a Coca-Cola break in the action. The Govs trying to protect 34-7 when we come back with more Pierre Governor football.
Is your contact for business, farm, commercial, and residential plumbing needs located in Pierre. No job is too big or small for Allied. Put our over 50 years of experience to work for you. At Allied Plumbing and Heating, the only surprise we want for our customers is how fast they get the job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service, no hidden charges. Give them a call today at Allied Plumbing and Heating. Remember, you can rely on your allies.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor, and so much more. No job is too big or too small.
Back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union press box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Douglas, Box Elder, South Dakota. Brian Oakland along with Trent Merkwan. Play action. Connor Wright throwing and misconnecting with Kadem Wanzek, and a great drive by the Patriots. It went from their own 42 all the way down to the 1, but on 3rd and goal, they got pushed back to the 7. They got to try to throw from there, but the incomplete pass, and the Patriots will turn it over on downs. So Pierre will have it in their own red zone here. And again, 6:52 clock running. We'll see just who comes out to play offense this time. It's 1st and 10. From the Governor 7. Still is Jaron Deal out there playing some quarterback. Doing a good job in a reserve role. Kiadushino takes the handoff. He is stuffed. And again with that white undershirt, Sylvan Kent making plays.
Yeah, someone there definitely missed a block. I don't think that was a linebacker. I do believe that was a lineman. And so someone didn't fulfill their assignment, that's for sure.
Duchino loses 3 on this play. It'll be 2nd down and 13. Backing off into the gun is Jaron Deal, the freshman quarterback. Backing up roll. He stands in his end zone right now. About a half a yard inside the goal line. He's just waiting for the play clock to wind down. Under 5 seconds now. Deal claps. He gets the snap, but he loses the football, picks it up, and then throws out of the end zone, and the pass is almost intercepted, but then almost caught. Once again, Douglas had a defender who loses the ball right through his hands. Kiadushino, the intended receiver, but that was a near interception for Isaiah Mesteth.
You know, and even though he fumbled it, it was still a heads-up play for him to pick it up and not dive on it and take the safety. He picked it up, and he was able to get rid of it. Now, he could have thrown an interception. He didn't, but he could have. It ended up turning out to be not a bad play for us.
5:58 to go, but now it is 3rd and 13. And again, standing on his goal line is the quarterback, Jaron Deal. Empty backfield, 2 wide, both sides. And we've got a delay. Stop the clock. Offside here. Freeze play once again. Helps out the Governor cause. That'll push Pierre out to the 9. 3rd and 13 will become 3rd and 8 instead. A little bit of breathing room at least. And well, you said it, Trent. I mean, the timing of when Coach Steele calls for that particular play, the freeze play, clap of the hands by the quarterback, and everybody hold their ground. Now in 3rd and 8, this is a quarterback keeper. Deal has room. 15 up to the 20 and taken down to the 21-yard line. A first down gain for Jaron Deal, and a good job by the blocking crew to seal off the edge. That was a pretty good play call on 3rd and 8.
You know, Jaron showed his good speed because he is fast for a 9th grader. Now, when you compare that against speed of juniors and seniors, it's average, but he definitely took the right side and picked the right hole and got good yardage.
11 of them to be exact, and it's 1st and 10 up to the 20-yard line for the Governors. Most importantly, they can chew a little more time here, down under 5.5 in the 4th quarter. 34-7 Govs. Here's 34-0 lead, still holding up, but a 59-yard touchdown pass by the Patriots here in the second half gets them on the board, and they just about scored on their last possession, but the Governors were able to push them back. Pitch off to Kia Duchino, left side, nowhere to go though. Once again, the stout run defense of the Patriots shows up, just a gain of a half a yard. We'll give Kia 1. He had the 5th and final touchdown of the first half from 2 yards out earlier on. I'll tell you what, to be quite honest, this second half has gone a lot longer than a lot of folks anticipated. 2nd and 9. As Jaron once again waits, play clock under 5. Quarterback's going to keep it himself. Far side, he's up to the 25-30. Turns the corner, runs out of bounds around the 35-yard line. And a good effort here for Jaron Deal.
He's really looking comfortable back there. That's the part that I like by watching him. You know, he seems to be picking the right hole every time, too. You know, that's a 3rd or 4th rush for him, and every one of them's for positive yardage.
14 to the 35. 34 yards on 5 carries so far for the freshman. 4:25 left to play. See George Rapp coming out wide to the right. Caught a pass earlier, but that one didn't count because of a penalty on that particular play. But as everybody stands again, looks like we have a timeout called on the field. Timeout with, well, they've got a timeout marker coming up, but we're in about 4 minutes to go in this one. A 30-second Coke break, and we're back with more Pierre Governor football. The Govs lead 34-7 on River 92.7.
Professionals, we pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Starting with First Bank in South Dakota was the easy part. Earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
To the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
Was talked about in the timeout huddle. Didn't really work out as Deal comes up the middle. No holes opening up. The Patriots will stuff, and Deal may lose a half a yard here. Now they still have him at the 35-yard line. But again, in my opinion so far, fun to watch a running quarterback. We haven't seen that a lot from Caleb Lounsbury. That's just not his forte. But Lounsbury, of course, played a great game, and he did have a quarterback keeper for 17-yard scamper in the first half. But this second half has belonged to the second and third stringers. Porter Hunsley, again, normally the second-string quarterback, has sustained an injury in practice on Tuesday, and he is not in service tonight. So Jaron Deal keeps it, looks to the right, cuts back to the left, up the middle of the field toward the 34-yard line. But that is a loss of a yard on the play. Actually looked like a positive gain as I was watching that, but he loses a yard. Sylvan Kent making a lot of plays. You can see him with the pink undershirt, of course. Still pink, the color of October and breast cancer awareness, along with the camouflage that Douglas is wearing on Military Appreciation Night. Looking to throw. Deal goes near side. Pass is caught at the Douglas 45-yard line. Beautiful pitch and an even better catch here. It is Hudson Stoser, the 140-pound sophomore, that'll move the chains of the Governors into the Douglas side of the field at the 45-yard line.
You know, what a pitch and catch there. You know, Jaron stood in there and took another big shot, too. He's going to be sore tomorrow, but he stood in there and took a shot so that his team can move the ball downfield. And, you know, that's a successful play, and that's what, you know, quarterbacks got to do in order to be successful in this league.
Successful for 21 yards, in fact, as Pierre will continue to move the clock more so than more importantly than just the chains. We're under 2.5 minutes to go. Kind of would like to see these underclassmen get an opportunity to get into the end zone. Doshino breaks a tackle in the backfield. He advances to the 40-yard line, inside to the 38-yard line. He lost 5 on that play. No, he didn't. He gained 6 or 7 as it turned out. Nice play, Kia Doshino.
You got to love that effort. I mean, legs pumping, shoulders forward, leaning forward. Even if he gets hit, he's going to land forward, and you know that's 3 to 5 yards at the least. And he ended up with what, 6 or 7
yards? Second down and 3. Minute 45 to go. Governors again in road white tonight with the black pants. They're out in front of us at the 38-yard line. In the pistol is Jaron Deal. Duchesneau takes the handoff, bounces to the left. He's got it looks like a first down inside the 35, or right at the 35-yard line. I'll tell you what, Merck, these Douglas run defenders are still doing a heck of a job, though. Not a lot of big runs for the Govs tonight on the ground.
You know, they're still playing hard, and, you know, they're going after some of these kids, and they're hitting them hard. They realize that these kids are younger and that they can you know, really hit them.
They were stuffing the run, though, in the early first half of this game, too. Now we're just outside of a minute to go. $1:05 counting down. Governors will improve to 5-4 on the season. They haven't been above 500 since week 3. Of course, they ended up 2-2 after week 4. Duchesneau wrapped up, spun down, gains 1 to the 34. Douglas will end the season 0-9, but I tell you what, this second half of play in this game might be one of the better halves of football they've played all season long. We've got a timeout on the field. Pierre may try to set something up, just see if they can get the underclassmen in here, but it is Douglas calling the Coca-Cola break in the action. Let's pause for 30 seconds. We'll come back and finish this one off next. You're listening to Governor Football.
Protect what matters most with the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, American Family Insurance. Our personalized insurance solutions ensure you're covered, no matter what life throws your way. From home and auto to farm, commercial, and life, we tailor policies to fit your unique needs. With our dedicated team and exceptional service, you'll have peace of mind knowing you're in good hands. Contact the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC.
Best of luck in today's competition.
Welcome back to the Oahe Federal Credit Union Press Box. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money.
We are nearing the end of this one. 34-7 Governors. Our Family Dental postgame will be coming up to follow, and in that, along with the conversation with the head coach Steve Steele, we'll have Hermanson Endodontics big plays of the game. We'll announce a Cowboy Country Stores player of the game as well. 39 seconds to go. Pierre scored 34 in the first half. They have not scored in the second half, but obviously a big lead has held up. It's 34-7. Govs into the postseason next week. Low snap, but Jaron Deal picks it up. Here comes Sylvan Kent. Deal breaks free, but he'll dump it off. He'll throw ahead of his intended receiver, Jet Brewer. Aiden Beam also out in the pattern, but an incomplete pass stops the clock. And the Govs down to 34 seconds to try to do something positive to close this one out. We can make predictions in the postseason about, or in the post game about postseason pairings, but I think even with a win here tonight, the Governors probably going to have to, may have to go on the road for a postseason game. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Ducheneau on the run will only pick up a yard. Sturgis, by the way, leading Spearfish with under a minute to go in that one. That one actually could help the Governors at least have a home game next Friday night, if that holds up. To the 33. And the coaches just found that out too. So we've got a timeout. 4th down. We'll just keep it here. Another Coca-Cola break in the action. Basically, Trent, it's funny. We're looking at that, and on the other end of the booth, you could hear the coaches.
Yeah, I think they heard you.
And well, there's no timeout. The clock runs out here, and it looked like everybody was going to pause and call another play. But as it is, let's just put this one on ice. Your final score
Incomplete
on the Gales.
pass and the clock doesn't stop.
Oh, is that what it was? Yeah. Final score on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard. The Governors 34. The Douglas Patriots 7. Douglas ends their season 0-9, but once again, pretty good play in that second half to close out their season. Meanwhile, the Governors are 5-4, and they head into the postseason. Lots to talk about coming up. It's your final score on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, brought to you by Gales Gas. Remember to use their budget plan and keep full service. You'll stay warm all season long with Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Turns out to be a winning regular season despite a 4-game losing streak in the middle for the Governors. 34-7 your final. Scoreboard again from Gales Gas Service in Pierre. We'll pause for 3 minutes, and we are back with the post game, which is sponsored by Family Dental Offices in Pierre and Gettysburg. Conversation with the coach and everything else that goes into our Family Dental post game coming up next. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football, your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Gettysburg are devoted to spending time with each patient to answer all questions and address any concerns that arise. Family Dental wants all their current and future patients to feel welcome and comfortable and to have the healthiest, best-looking smile possible. They can take care of all your family's dental needs with cleanings, checkups, same-day crowns, and many other dental services. Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg, caring for all your family's dental needs. Call Family Dental at 224-7774 today.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
This is Coach Scott Nye from your Pierre Governors and the team at Ranky Gray Wealth Management, where we focus on coaching something just as important, your finances. Everyone needs guidance through life's key financial decisions and challenges, not to mention the opportunity to feel confident that their retirement strategy will help them pursue the lifestyle they've dreamed about. As you're looking for the right team to assist you, we're right up the street and ready to provide you the help that can make all the difference. Contact our peer office today by visiting rankygray.com.
If you want a job where your work matters, you belong at Avera. Here, we've invested in our workforce because every Avera team member drives our health ministry forward, making a difference in lives and communities every day. We offer competitive pay, great health insurance, and even career opportunities. We're putting people first, including you. Search for local job openings and apply at avera.org/careers.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it to replay this game. See live and archive video of all games, and when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota High School sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
Back at Douglas High on Military Appreciation Night, salute to the military, also Senior and Parent Night. The Douglas Patriots go out in fine fashion in that second half of play. They really played some spirited ball. They had a long touchdown. They just about punched another one in, although a bit of a misplay kind of hurt their chances. The Governors with a goal line stand, but your final score 34-7 as Pierre makes a 34-0 lead. Stand up without scoring with the reserves, the second string offense, the third string offense in some cases playing in that second half of play. This is your Family Dental postgame. Postgame sponsored by Family Dental with offices in Pierre and in Gettysburg. Coach Steve Steele makes the quick journey up here in the house that Coach Magic built. Coach Steele is 34-7. You start off and certainly had a turnover with a fumble. I mean, Douglas came out right off the bat and they're stuffing the run and kind of running all over the place. I think eventually you got settled in, but it seemed like you got more settled in by throwing the football tonight, and a lot of receivers getting the act, and Caleb's doing a nice job. This was still a good offensive first half for you.
Yeah, it was. And they wanted to take away the run. They did a good job. They committed numbers to it, so we had to throw the ball, and really good distribution. I think we had a lot of different things that we felt like we had open, and Caleb did a really good job distributing it and getting it to where it needed to be.
Is that how it is? Did it feel like it was necessities to throw the football because that's how you were better chances of moving the football that way?
I just think that to some degree it was there. And that's pretty much always our philosophy is whatever's there, we want to take it. If it's 4 yards in the run, let's take it. If it's 4 yards in the pass, let's take it. And again, they committed a lot of numbers to the run, kind of similar to a T-type game where T just brings the only difference was their DBs were off the ball. T plays it with press man. They played it today with off coverage. So let us get a little bit better releases to throw the football. But, we found ways to run the ball when we had to there. Really, really exciting performance there, I think, from the young guys out there in the second half.
Absolutely, and we'll get to that in a bit. But even throwing the football as you go into the postseason, I don't know if you've had, and granted, it's an 0-8 team, 0-9 or whatever that you're facing, but it seemed like this is the most rhythm we've seen in the passing offense. I mean, make a good play, go up there, you got the next one ready to go, make another nice play through the air, and I like what I saw in that regard.
Yeah, and that was a good confidence builder. I mean, we had a lot of success via the ground last week, but I think we've got the confidence that we can do that. Where this was giving us a little bit more confidence that we can throw the ball when we need to, and when we want to, not just when we need to.
Defensively, you pitched the shutout in the first half, didn't allow a single first down as it turned out, and granted, they come out and they make some plays. You and I talked about this in pregame. This is a team that's capable of making plays. They don't do it consistently, but you better be ready every single play, otherwise they're going to bite you.
Yeah, and they had, you could tell they had a couple really neat plays. They had that kind of jet sweep, and he stopped and threw back. Some of those things where there's no way to prepare for it. You just got to trust your eyes, and they made some good plays there. But, thankfully, for the most part, we were able to tackle those and just force them to be consistent, and that was what eventually got us off the field.
There's another buzzword, tackling, and I don't think we've talked enough about tackling all season long, but early on I thought in this season you missed some tackles, but tackling has been superb in the last 4 ball games or so.
Yeah, I think that's part of just the progression of the season. I think think we've built every week. We've gotten better, and I think we're getting to that point now where, I guess ready or not, we're here. But hopefully, I think we feel pretty ready right now.
All right, let's talk about what the young guys did. You didn't score in the second half, but you moved the football, and Jaron Deal is a good-looking quarterback, both running and throwing the football. You found some guys, Logan Whitty catching a couple of passes, not only catching, but running after catch, and run after catch was a big deal for George Stalley tonight, which was good to see, and just a lot of fun to watch this one.
It was, and I got to give Jaron a ton of credit. He played a freshman game on Monday.
Yeah.
Got basically a practice and a half in, and then got to play the second half of a varsity football game. So, all things considered, he did very, very well out there. He was confident. He took some hits that, I was talking to Mom down there. She's like, yeah, I was a little nervous at times, but, he stood in there and did what he needed to do that was a heck of a throw to buy time to get Stosher that ball, and a heck of a catch by Stosher there to kind of be able to salt the rest of the clock away. But those are not characteristics that you see in most freshman quarterbacks. So very impressed by his athleticism and what he brings to the table.
I had to ask. Well, and he's playing Porter Hunsley injured, right?
Yep. Porter, we sat out today. He had an ankle deal from the JV game on Tuesday, that was Monday too. But so he probably could have went, but we held him out today.
Sure. I was asking Merck here earlier in that game if who's obviously you're calling the plays, but are they called the same way as the players look to the sideline to get the play calls? Are they called the same way in the varsity versus the freshman game, or was that a quick adjustment that Jaron Deal had to make in that case?
They were similar enough, but again, it was a very simple package. We only put in a couple formations with them, just a couple plays. We really gave them 3 pass plays and 3 run plays.
Right.
So it was a pretty simple package for him. That you can get a bunch of reps in a day and a half, and like I said, come out. I think the biggest thing was they gained yards, they got first downs, points. Again, at that point in the game, didn't really matter as the clock. We can get the game going, get plays in, and all those are great reps for those kids going forward into the future.
And Kia Ducheneau scores a touchdown, but granted, again, Douglas's run defense was pretty stout against him, but that kid's got second and third efforts that deserve pat on the back tonight.
Yeah, he's another one. I think one of those talents that are there, but we haven't seen those younger talents as much because we've had some really talented seniors these last few years. So, when they get their first crack, and we just haven't had as many of those games, where I think in the past couple of years we've had a few of these games where we've gotten some of those looks at him. We haven't had that this year. So, he's a good one, and I said he'll be a fun one to watch here too.
All right, so it's the postseason next Friday, and Sturgis has beaten Spearfish tonight, and that might help you maintain a home game. How are you thinking that things are going to shape out for Friday?
Yeah, well, no matter what, I think we should be playing Spearfish. If I remember my math correctly, we should be home against Spearfish. But ultimately, like I said, we knew that there was probably a 75% chance no matter what happened tonight we were going to be playing them. It was just a matter of where the game was. So hopefully that means we can stay home next Thursday and not have to travel, but more than likely it'll be Spearfish that we'll be watching on the ride home.
Is it Thursday or Friday?
Thursday.
Oh, I got to lose another bowling night. Come on. Anyway, but I tell you what, that team, I guess, they may have a confidence problem, and you just got to go in and take advantage of that now.
Yeah, that's the hope. We'll see with the game. The other nice part about the game, I think, probably for us, is that we just played them, so there's not really going to be a monstrous change. If the other one that we were more than likely going to play would have been Brookings, and it's such a gap between games that you're pretty much re-scouting the whole team.
Yeah.
Where really here we'll be able to watch the game before we get home tonight and have most of our film done, hopefully.
All right, Coach. Well, job well done. 34-7 tonight. A lot of people thought the clock might be running in that second half, but you just did what you had to do, and you got what you wanted out of this game for sure. Both old players, upperclassmen and underclassmen.
Yep, can't complain.
All right, Coach. We'll see you next Thursday. It is the Governors beat Douglas tonight, 34-7. Let's take a 3-minute break. We've got more of the postgame coming up. This is Pierre Governor Football.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. You're looking for a new vehicle, they make it easy. All available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop in to Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
Century Business Products is a proud supporter of South Dakota High School athletics and proud to provide the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to schools and businesses in the area, all backed by their 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color costs? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology.
A career, not just a job. Beck Motor Company is seeking a dedicated and skilled general service technician to join our dynamic team. If you're passionate about automotive service and looking for a rewarding career, we want to hear from you. 2 to 4 years required minimum related experience and or training. Flag rate or hourly options available, 401k, free individual health insurance, paid leave, a company cabin in the Black Hills, on-site gym and more. Contact Dave Lemieux at 605-224-5912 or stop by Beck Motors for more information.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to DakotaStormRoofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Back at Douglas, a 34-7 win for the Pierre Governors to finish the regular season 5-4. And again, we'll talk more about scores and other things and look into the postseason a little bit later on in this post game. Sponsored by Family Dental with offices in Pierre and Gettysburg. It's Brian Oakland along with Trent Merkwan here. Let's recap this one for you. A shutout pitched in the first half, as we mentioned, by the Governors, as Douglas had 6 possessions that ended in 6 punts. The first of those punts was blocked by E.J. Bucci. The Governors had a 30-yard scoring drive and a Caleb Lounsbury touchdown pass to Cooper Terwilliger from 4 yards out made it 7-0 in the first. Second possession ended 4 plays and 67 yards on a Lounsbury to George Stalley crossing route. 44-yard catch and run for George Stalley. Kick was blocked. That made it 13-0. The next drive was 11 plays and 87 yards for the Governors. Lounsbury to Carter Merrill on a tipped ball that Merrill caught then in stride and took it in from 26 yards out to make it 20-0 early second quarter. Next up was Lounsbury capping a 6th play, 53-yard drive with a dump off over the middle to Lincoln Dilges from 13 yards out to go 27-0. And the final score for the Governors came in the first half with a Kia Duchino 2-yard run to cap a 5-play, 60-yard drive that came with 2:21 left. They did miss a field goal attempt in tough conditions. Carter Templeton really not that far off, but he did miss the 47-yarder. 34-0 at the half. The Patriots on their first play of the second half threw that jet sweep option pass, and they completed it over the middle for 15 yards. That was their first down gained, but they did go 3 and out after that. However, the Governors, with the folks that they brought out, did also go 3 and out. And then Douglas gets the ball after a Pierre punt on their own 22-yard line, and they go 5 plays and 78 yards. But that 5th play turned out to be a 59-yard pass over the middle from Connor Wright to Kason Tibbetts. 59 yards. Jacob Hervela kicks the PAT to make it 34-7 with 4:41 left in the 3rd quarter. And then the Governors start the ensuing drive on their own 32-yard line. They pick up a few first downs. They get across midfield, but a botched handoff exchange between Jaron Deal and Kia Ducheneau was fallen on by the Patriots. And they had another thing cooking from their own 42. Starting with 19 seconds in the 3rd quarter, they run 11 plays, but they get all the way down to the 1-yard line. Looked like they were going to put a second consecutive score into the end zone, but a 3rd and goal at the 1, and just kind of a miscommunication or something that went awry on a chance. We were wondering if it was the old Fumblerooski play or something like that, but it was a lineman, Sylvan Kent, who came out of there running with the football, and he lost yardage back to the 7-yard line, and then a 4th and goal from the 7, an incomplete pass thrown by Connor Wright, and Douglas turned it over on downs. That came with 6:52 left in the ball game, and Jaron Deal and company start from their own 7-yard line. They never did score on that drive, but they never did give the ball up either. That last drive actually went 13 plays, and it ate up 6 minutes and 52 seconds. The Governors advanced all the way to the Douglas 33-yard line, and Deal and company making plays along the way, picking up 4 first downs. So a great job chewing out the clock and running it down and preserving the win at 34-7 in this one. The Governors outgained Douglas unofficially overall 441-164. As on the ground, Pierre is led still by Carter Merrill. 11 carries in the first half with 42 yards. Caleb Lounsbury in the first half, 2 carries and 20 yards. Then in the second half, 7 carries for the freshman Jaron Deal. He'll pick up 33 yards, a long run of 14, had an 11-yarder in there as well. Kia Ducheneau with 9 carries for 18 yards, as yards were hard to come by for the most part, but he did get that 2-yard touchdown at the end of the first half. Caleb Lounsbury looks good tonight. 18 out of 24 for 279, 4 touchdown tosses in that first half to 4 different receivers. And then in the second half, it was Jaron Deal throwing 3 out of 5 for a total of 59 yards. He was sacked once for a loss of 10 yards. All told, Governor quarterbacks were 21 of 29 for 338 yards, but a 10-yard sack, and that's a net passing yardage of 328 with 113 on the ground. Give the Governors a total of 441 overall. Through the air, it was George Stalley catching 7 passes, including 4 little pitch passes for sweeps, and 134 yards. He scores the 44-yard touchdown, also had a big 29-yarder to set up another score. Carter Merrill, 2 catches, 57 yards. He had the 26-yard touchdown. Cooper Terwilliger caught 4 balls for 31 yards and a 4-yard score to start the scoring tonight. Lincoln Dilgis, 2 catches, 29 yards, including a 13-yard score. Carter Schuffelbein, 3 catches for 26 yards. And then in the second half, the second and third stringers, Logan Whitty catches 2 passes for 38 yards, and Hunter Stoser with a good grab on a nice play for 21 yards on those 3 passes completed by Jaron Deal. Governors penalized 7 times for 45 yards lost tonight. They pick up 18 first downs throughout, just 5 of those in the second half. They do lose 2 fumbles. The Governors lost the turnover battle tonight, but they did not lose the football game, as the Douglas Patriots amass 164 on the ground. 136 of that comes in the second half. The running game was bottled up throughout the night. 25 total yards on the ground for the Patriots. Kason Tibbetts running in the second half with 6 carries for 18 yards. Peyton Sandel, 12 carries for 13 yards. And then on that play from the 1-yard line, lineman Sylvan Kent loses 6 on a carry as well. So 25 total through the air. Connor Wright and Kason Tibbetts, who threw 1 pass on the jet sweep option pass for 15 yards. Together, they go 7 out of 17 for, let's make it 8 out of 17 for 139 yards. The big one was the 59-yarder from Wright to Tibbetts. with that one touchdown pass. Otherwise, Caden Wanzek caught 3 passes for 55 yards. Caden Walters, 2 catches for 17 yards. Tegan Carter had an 11-yarder. Tibbetts himself catches a couple of passes for 63 total yards. 139 through the air, 25 on the ground, 164 total. For the Pats, 10 penalties against them for 62 yards marked off, and they pick up 6 first downs all in the second half. But it all spells a 34-7 win for the Pierre Governors. And with that said, we've got big plays of the game to talk about. Your big plays are sponsored by Hermanson Endodontics. We'll hear from them. We give you big plays when we return with more from our Governor postgame.
Quality comes first at Hermanson Endodontics. Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics strives to provide treatment that's not only comfortable, but also provides the best possible outcome. They do this by effective and timely communication with your dentist and preserving as much healthy tooth as possible using state-of-the-art 3-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre.
Hermanson Endodontics, big plays of the game, as there are a number of them for the Governors, all of them in the first half. I think the first big play of the game came on a block punt by E.J. Bucci, getting through and blocking a punt, recovering the loose ball at the Douglas 30-yard line. That set up the first score of the game. But a big play on special teams. Big plays got to come from special teams. It's not just the offense and the defense. There are 3 phases of the game, and EJ makes a big play. But Governor scored 5 touchdowns tonight, 4 through the air, and you really like what you see, Trent Merkwan, on these big plays. The 44-yard catch and run from George Stalley, and granted the big play that could have gone Douglas's way, but a pass through their hands and a Carter Merrill 26-yard touchdown. It's just I think there's plenty of big plays through the air. The Governors found a rhythm and really ran with that, like we were talking with Coach Steele about. Good to see them through the air making big plays tonight too.
Yeah, you know, tonight the passing game was working pretty well. I mean, you go for 341 yards in the first half. That's total offense, but probably about 270 of that was passing and 4 touchdowns. I mean, what do you want out of your quarterback and your receivers? You know, 4 different receivers catching touchdown passes. I mean, that's just good football. And you know, we're getting comfortable where we look like we belong, and you know, that's what you want going into the playoffs here. You know, we have the best coaching staff in the state of South Dakota, and I'll argue that with anybody. And they know how to put the pieces of the puzzle together, and they're doing it. And you know, we're going to be tough to beat in the playoffs.
You know, and look at the wind tonight. Out of the north, it's blowing straight across the field and in both directions. I think Lounsbury threw well. This is the time of the year when I think we're going to have windier nights, certainly colder nights, as we get to likely a home game on Thursday night next week. What's it like to throw the ball in the cooler weather when it's been nice all season, and now you factor in winds too?
You know, if you're a big, strong person like Caleb is, it's not as hard. Now, if you're thinner, you know, your hands get cold, and if your hands get cold, you can't feel the ball. If you can't feel the ball, it makes it really difficult to throw. You know, today's technology is so much better than yesteryears, and there's hand warmers and the ability to stay warm on the sideline, and there's places that you can put them on your back. So, you know, the coolness doesn't play as big a role as it used to. However, if we run into rain or snow, that definitely plays a role, and that's where, you know, Bucci will play a huge role. You know, at 6'2" and 225 pounds, he's just going to be a weapon moving forward.
We'll see how that goes. Big plays of the game, we've mentioned them. Bucci made one of them on special teams. Lounsbury through the air, and 4 touchdown passes to 4 different receivers, certainly worthy of big play mention. Sponsored by Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. So we take that up to our next order of business, and that is to name our player of the game. Cowboy Country Store's player of the game. Let's hear from them, and we'll make that official as our postgame continues.
Howdy, partners. Did you know that you can save up to 30 cents on a gallon of gas instantly when you use the Sinclair DinoPay app at all Cowboy Country Store locations? It's true, and it's fast, secure, and simple to use. Just go to your app store and download the green DinoPay app, follow the prompts, and save big money at the pump today.
Convenience from the country. Cowboy Country Stores.
Cowboy Country Store's players of the game, and you could pat the back of some playmakers for the Douglas Patriots. One guy we kept talking about all night, making tackles and the like, was Sylvan Kent, and just an active player. Aiden Slankauskas, another D lineman that was making stops through the air. Kason Tibbetts had the big touchdown catch, 59 yards. Connor Wright doing what he could to move the chains as much as possible, but well, hopefully he'll be back for another senior season coming up. And Trent Merkwan just made the observation that seniors out here playing their final game of the year, they will not make the postseason, obviously, but they just didn't really want to leave the field. But of course, for the Governors, you look at playmakers tonight, your players of the game, and I think statistically, even though George Stalley is catching these pitch passes, but he got into the flow tonight. He was moving, running very well. Maybe the best we've seen him run, because he has had his host of injuries this year. 44-yard touchdown. He catches balls for 134 yards tonight. He is player of the game #1 tonight.
Yeah, definitely. 123. I think you said 123 yards.
134.
134. Yeah. Touchdowns. He looked quick out there tonight. For really on the turf, he really looked fast, and he changed speed. He changed direction. He changed from going left to right and then across the field. And darn near scored a touchdown. With a little luck, he would have had 2. George had the game that we expected him to have almost every game this year. Now, when you get banged up and you got a bad foot and a bad ankle, it's hard.
Yeah.
And it makes you a half to a full step, slower. And he finally looks fresh.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that in the postseason. We wanted to give an offensive lineman a player of the game as well. These guys, and you talked about them in the pregame. You kind of named them all one by one, but we asked for Coach Steele's input on it, and he thought Jacob Mikkinen would be a good candidate all season long. Mick did get a player of the game shirt earlier this season, but one of the other guys that he wanted to make mention of was Zayden Rounds, the senior who started at the center spot, and I think just kind of switching things around. We've seen Bryson Wallman doing more of the center snapping, and Zayden's moved to the outside guard, and obviously it was good pass protection that let Lounsbury do the work tonight. Some runs eventually opened up, but I think throughout, that's a crew, the offensive line especially, we'll go with Rounds on behalf of the rest, that has just gotten better and better.
When you asked Steve about that, it was interesting watching his reaction, because you could tell he wanted to give that award to everybody. Yeah. Every single offensive lineman he thought was deserving, and I would agree with him. And you're going to go in the postseason as well as these guys play. If they don't play well, we lose.
Yeah.
That's the realism of the offensive line. They don't get hardly any credit. And, you got Michael, you got Mikkinen, you got Rounds, you got Wallman, you got Shrimp, you got Bodenhagen. I don't know, did I miss anybody?
That's pretty much it for the starting.
And every one of those guys, you could tell that he wanted to give them an award.
And the tight ends, Terwilliger and Beam in there too.
Yeah, definitely.
So, player of the game #2, Zayden Rounds, the offensive line for the Governors. He'll get T-shirts. Stalley will as well from River 92.7 Sports and Cowboy Country Stores. Leading the way to a 34-7 win for the Governors over the Douglas Patriots. With that said, let's take a look at the scores from tonight. In 11AA, T area beat Sioux Falls, Washington 15-14. Sturgis did beat Spearfish 15-10. That's a big game for the Governors, because that will likely give them a home game on Thursday night. Yankton, no trouble with Mitchell. They run up 80 points on the Colonels tonight, 80-14. Watertown knocks off Aberdeen 41-14. Brookings beats Huron 40-14. So here are the standings. The bracket is not official yet, but the standings have Yankton the 1 seed. They would play number 8 Aberdeen Central. Watertown the 2 seed would play number 7 Huron. Brookings the 3 would host T area, and Pierre is in the 4 seed, and they will host Spearfish. These are unofficial, but they are updated, and we expect next Thursday to see the Spearfish Spartans for the second year in a row playing a quarterfinal round match at Hollister Field, and we expect that to probably be 7 o'clock, but of course that'll be made official again a little bit later on. Let's run down some scores from playoff football in 11B in the 9-man ranks. Mobridge Pollock goes to McCook Central and gets a win, 36-18. Winner over Hot Springs, 38-14 in Class 11B. Woonsocket, Wessington Springs, Sanborn Central survives a 14-13 game. The win over Aberdeen Roncalli tonight. In 9AA, Stanley County season comes to an end. Parkston beats them. Parkston unbeaten and the number 1 team in the state, 58-6. Tough season for Stanley County as it turns out. Kimball White Lake loses in overtime to Leola Frederick, 22-14. Other games in 9A, good to see Dupree get a win. They beat Harding County 50-28. Great season for the Tigers. It was really kind of, I thought, out of nowhere. Phillip over Centerville tonight, 44-30 as they beat the Tornadoes. Jones County is beaten handily by the number 1 team in the state, Avon, 67-6. Your Avon Pirates there, Merck. Corsica Stickney over Harriet Selby, 38-6. Sully Buttes with a 54-0 win over Arlington. Faulkton shuts out Sunshine Bible, 44-0. Kadoka moves on with a 54-12 win over Berg as well. So some playoff action. Justin Cowart will update those on drgnews.com, and we'll get you the quarterfinal round pairings for those a little bit later on. With that, we remind everybody on the road that the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, they celebrate being a part of a team. They remind us all that buckling up is the best way to save a life in a crash. So let's do it for ourselves, for our friends, and our families. We've all got someplace to be. Governors win tonight, 34-7. It's football tonight. It's volleyball tomorrow, and the Governors host the top 5 ranked O'Gorman Knights. Will be on the air at 6:30, 7 o'clock with the first serve here at River 92.7. Saturday, more volleyball when Pierre goes to Aberdeen to take on the Golden Eagles, 2:30. The pregame on that, you can see those as well at drgnews.com. We did have some issues tonight technology-wise, but we made it through, and you can rewatch this game from what we had of it on drgnews.com and the River 92.7 page. Big thanks to William Wilson running the show in studio tonight, for Caleb Brozick doing his scrambling here, for live tickets, and for Trent Merkwan at side. Thanks for the help once again, Merk. I'm Brian Oakland. Your final score on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, 34-7, Pierre over Douglas. We'll see you tomorrow night from Riggs High Gym for Pierre Governor Volleyball. This has been a presentation of the official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com. Good evening, everybody.
This